Capricorn, 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 welcome in. Today we are doing yours and theirs energy check-in readings. So I'm going to take a look at your energy, the person on your mind, as well as the mutual energy between you guys. And then at the end, I'm going to go through with a fourth deck and go through each of the zodiac signs to see if there's an additional message for you there. Do I want to start with your energy or the mutual energy between you guys? I think let's just start with your energy. Let's see where you're at. See where Capricorn's at when it comes to the person on their mind. Cap, please keep in mind this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. That being said, if it does, please hit that thumbs up and subscribe. All right, Capricorn's energy when it comes to the person on their mind, please, Spirit. Show me Capricorn's energy when it comes to the person on their mind. We have the World. We have the Seven of Swords and the King of Cups coming out together. The Moon on the bottom. I want one more. We have the Four of Cups, we have the Moon, and we have the Star on the bottom. I'm going to take all of these because I feel like I can already see a story that's developing. With the World card, you're ending cycles, you're starting over, you're completing things, because while the world is an ending, it's an ending because we've become as adept as humanly possible at whatever it is we were working on. There's nothing left to learn here. And with the King of Cups to the Seven of Swords, notice this is a cat deck, and the Seven of Swords is the only deck with a dog in it. So I kind of feel like the end of this cycle for you is mistaking dogs for King of Cups. Kings of Cups, whatever the plural would be for a King of Cups. I think you see a little too much maybe romantic potential in people that are just kind of in it for their own best interest, or I'm feeling like a little bit of like an aloof energy as well, because we do have the Four of Cups coming in with the Seven of Swords, and I feel like it's an end to a cycle where you think someone's going to be a King of Cups, and even like look at this face, or maybe this is like people that drink too much or are emotionally unbalanced, right? And like the Four of Cups is you kind of like turning a blind eye to it. So I think you're no longer doing that. You're no longer like tricking yourself into thinking these unhealed, emotionally immature and dogs, sorry, have any potential to give you something long lasting. And I love this because we literally have the Moon and the Star. So it's like you go from not seeing clearly to seeing everything so clearly. And this isn't like a harsh breakthrough moment. This isn't like a Tower Ace of Swords moment. This is a Moon to the Star moment where it's like, you were going through a dark night of the soul, or spirit kept this breakthrough from you because it just wasn't the right time. There was something you weren't seeing, something you weren't getting. And I'm not saying spirit was keeping you in a cycle of suffering, but like, you know, we agree to a lot of the lessons that we are going to learn and live out in this life before we enter it. So I feel like this is you reaching a conclusion, coming to a close as far as a cycle where you were very blinded. You were kept in the dark about a lot. And I feel like you're happy about this ending because now you can trust again. It's like you can open your heart again. And because it's like, I can see clearly now the rain is gone. But it's like, I can see clearly now the douchebags are gone. I love it. Hey, you had some karmic stuff to work out. You are Capricorn. Like you are karma, you know? I had a past life reading once, like in my mid-20s. So this is like maybe 7 or 8 years ago. And it told me that like there were 4 men that were in my friend group, and how like they were people I had to close out karma with because they had betrayed me in the past, so they were given a second opportunity to do right by me, and that didn't happen, you know? So I was like, well, how do I make sure they don't try again in the next life? Because I'm good on that. Like, I'm a 2 strikes you're out kind of person, you know? Anyway, let's move into the person on your mind's energy. When I was doing the pre-shuffle, I know I'm shuffling now, but when I was doing the pre-shuffle, the Queen of coins came out, which is you guys. And who else came out? The Devil and the Ace of Wands. So someone's definitely very attracted to you at this time, but let's see if it's like they have the Ace of Wands for Capricorn, or if like they have the Ace of Wands because of devilish tendencies. All right, let's look at this person on Capricorn's mind, please. Show me the energy of this person. Seven of Swords. Yep, they're a dog. That's just it. They're a dog. King of Wands, if we noticed, it was kind of reversed. So that's someone that's not in their aligned masculine. And a King of Wands reverse is like arrogant. I'm getting big arrogance. The Emperor on the bottom, Ace of Swords. They might be trying to change this about themselves. Yeah, with the Death. They're getting more in touch with their emotions. They're doing the work. They are doing the work. All right, we'll give them a little more credit. They are doing the work to lull this ego. Let's get more for the person on Capricorn's mind. Page of Swords, Temperance. I think they're watching you heal. See, no, like that let me know they want this to be reverse. Here we have the Page of Swords. So like even if they do plan, and then the Devil on the bottom, even if they do plan some kind of communication, it's just like it gets fucked up somehow. I'm hearing like rejection is divine redirection. So I don't know if it's like this person is trying to make an offer to you, but you're hearing it like, okay, you know, in Pride and Prejudice, if you don't, I don't know how you could not, because it's the best movie ever made. Please go watch it. But essentially, there's a moment where Mr. Darcy is trying to explain to Elizabeth that he's in love with her. But he's saying, like, even though you're a lower class and people don't like your family, I'm in love with you. And she's like, you think that's a nice fucking proposal? You literally just told me despite all the things wrong with me, you still have feelings for me. Like, how is that supposed to be flattering? How does that make me feel like I'm not a burdensome choice? So I feel like there's something like that where this person just sucks at communicating, or their ego really gets in the way, or they're just like so strategic to make sure that their own feelings don't get hurt, that they're just very clumsy with other people. And the conversation goes south. The conversation goes south, and then they're put in a forced rest because they're like, oh, fuck, I did it again. I approached from heat. I kept an old pattern alive. I want to give this person some credit because I do feel like they're trying not to be that way, but they're failing. They're failing at their attempt. Yeah, let's get one more for the person on Capricorn's mind. Eight of Cups, the High Priestess, like, they know. And then here we have the World to match your energy. They're behind you, dude. You're leading from this energy of having closed out cycles, and they're trying to figure out how to even fully see the cycle, how to even tune into themselves enough to access their intuition to understand the cycle, much less end it. So you have to decide if you want to continue the pattern that Spirit is showing me you've, for all energy purposes, have closed out. Now it's practice purposes, real life invitation. Here comes the test. New level, new devils. You're not going to fall for breadcrumbs anymore. Prove it. Prove it. Prove it. Let's get the mutual energy between these two people. Oh, that felt like a good shuffle. But it did feel like a little bit of like, yuck, yuck, like a fight back and forth. Please show me the mutual energy between Four of Discs. This person's closed off. Power. It's power struggle. They just feel like out of control, I guess. And here you are with the Capricorn and the High Priestess. Like, they're fighting their intuition, whereas you fully lean into it. So it's like a very different vibe. It's very like seesaw, but you have to understand, in order for them to push themselves up, they're gonna have to bring you down. And I don't like that. Anyone that needs like to have power over someone, to feel powerful within themselves, is a weak motherfucker. Control yourself. Control your fucking self. Crosswatcher. Don't be up in here trying to control Capricorn, because I'm telling you right now, as someone with 9 Capricorn placements, we will bend, but we will not break. And the second you put us in a position where to accommodate you would break us, you're fucking gone. Karma comes and takes everything from you. Like, I wish I could give you the phone numbers of like all of my exes right now so they could tell you what happens when you can't just like let something end and you got to get vicious and vindictive about it, and it becomes a power struggle. You cannot try to get power over a Capricorn. They are at the top of the wheel. They are ruled by Saturn. They are the father of the zodiac. You are just going to make yourself a fool. It's like a baboon going up against a gorilla and then being like, oh my God, what, I wasn't expecting to get my shit rocked. What do you mean? You went up against a gorilla, you know? So take it from me. I'm telling you, I'm a Capricorn sun, rising, Mercury, Mars, North Node, Lilith, Neptune, you know, like the list goes fucking on. And I have never once seen someone try to take control over me and succeed. And not even like through my own efforts. Like even if I was gaga and like, okay, I'm gonna bend, I'm gonna claim that I need to step into my feminine more so they can take charge more, then the universe steps in and rips that motherfucker out and then puts me in a corner and says, never again. You don't give your power away. That's not how this works. So yeah, a little share there. Let's get some more for the energy between this person and Capricorn. The devil, again, flew on this person. Queen of Cups, they want your emotional healing and your nurturing energy for sure. They want it. They want it, but they don't have the capacity to communicate what they want. Like, Ace of Cups, Ace of Discs, they're going to try. I think they're going to try, but they're going to walk away defeated. They're going to walk away defeated. One more, please, for the mutual energy between Capricorn and the person on their mind. That's a lot. We do have the Two of Cups on the bottom. Wheel of Fortune, the Hierophant, the Hermit, the Knight of Discs, the Moon, futility. If you decide to truly ignore this Joker over here, it's like the second you turn away from even considering this energy, the real deal comes in. It's like you totally change your fate. Here comes the balance and the commitment because you're committing to commitment and not projection. Hermit. Oh, and Cerberus is there. I love that. You can trust in your friends, I think, to protect you. Because me and two of my friends, shout out, hey Steve, hey Emily. I fancy us Cerberus when it comes to certain people we used to work with. And I feel like we protect a certain wisdom from being accessed by just power-hungry people, which is interesting with power here. So I feel like this could be, whether it's like you, spirit, and your higher self working together to protect this wisdom, or it's like you and your trusted friends to know, like, when your friends say, Capricorn, I really like this person, then it's time to come out of your hermit mode. But I feel like it's just a little bit longer. It's just a little bit longer in this hermit mode. The Knight of Discs. This would be the Queen because the Queen is the highest, so the Queen is the king in this deck. So this is Capricorn here with the Knight of Discs. I feel like you'll be able to exit this hermit mode slowly but steadily. Once you just like, don't even try to find out the answers in this moon situation. This isn't your own personal moon like you had. This is like the moon of this situation. Trying to see this situation clearly is a futile effort. It's a futile effort. Two of Cups, adjustment, and the Magician and victory. So listen, this person, for some of you, if they come in and can very clearly illustrate to you the changes they've made, and it's like, I'm sober, I'm in therapy, I've been celibate for a year, and like, you know what I mean, like that kind of shit, then I'd say work together. Friendship first, friend love. Be a good friend to this person and see what they do with that energy before you commit to anything. I don't want to say people don't change. I do believe people can change, but I need you to remember how many hard lessons and dark periods you've gone through in your life to be able to make those changes. And honestly ask yourself if this person is approaching the things they need to change with that same level of seriousness. Because I still don't think this person even knows how much work is still cut out for them. You know, not to discourage them, but it's like they're trying to get in touch with their intuition and you co-create with yours. That's like so not equals. And I just want better for you, dude. Okay, let's go through each of the zodiac signs and see. Capricorn, if you're dealing with an Aries. Woo. We have the King of Swords and the Ace of Cups. One more if they're dealing with Aries. And the Four of Cups. I feel like, and Temperance on the bottom, this person, at least when they come in and communicate, it's going to be polished and well thought. They've put a lot of effort into this and they're afraid to share whatever this is. So they're going to come across like very, maybe cold, because we do have Aquarius coming out like as their vibe. And it's funny to be like, to see a fire sign come out kind of like analytical in their love expression, but it's because they're trying to like keep themselves tempered and protect their feelings. Because I think if they were to tell you the full extent of their feelings for you, they'd feel very, very exposed. That feels like somebody trying to like keep not expose their belly. Taurus, Capricorn, if you're dealing with a Taurus. Ace of Swords, it was reversed. Two of Swords, I feel like, and the Tower, nope. Like, there's an opportunity for breakthrough, but this person's still at a standstill. You're still at a standstill. Someone refuses to have this conversation or to hear this thing. After this Tower, yeah, they're just fighting off. Like, I'm living my best life. I'm living my best life. I got nothing. I got nothing. Gemini, if you're dealing with a Gemini. Capricorn's dealing with a Gemini. Four of Swords. Knight of Pentacles. This person has been resting. I think they have been meditating. Like, they're actively in the practice of trying to get in touch with their intuition. They are slow moving here because they are healing. I do like that. But what I don't like is, again, they have these serious trust issues and are always going to be looking to you like, how are you going to hurt me? And that's fucking taxing. Like, don't make current partners or future partners pay for the sins of partners past. Like, that's for you made the decision to be with them, not the new fucking person. So you handle your shit and you make sure you choose right and don't project all that shit onto the new person, because this person's not going to allow for that. Cancer, Capricorn, if you're dealing with Cancer. Queen of Cups, which is Cancer, and the Two of Pentacles. There's some kind of juggling going on here. Three of Pentacles, but it's probably just juggling with work and priorities. There was, yeah, this is like a walking away to be single kind of vibe though. So I don't know who's walking away, or if it's just saying like, if you are to entertain this, there's going to still need to be like a healing period where it's like, okay, we have feelings, we dig this vibe, but you need to finish this project. I need to finish working on this. Like, let's just have a phone call a week and send each other reels and shit. And then, you know, in 3 months, let's check back in and see if we're more in alignment to build together. If you're dealing with a Leo, King of Swords is really coming out. I feel like there's just a lot of communication that's going to be had in general. I feel like a lot of people are going to try and get in serious conversations before Mercury retrograde on November 9th. One more for Leo, please. Capricorn's dealing with a Leo. Jeez Louise. Yeah, Ten of Swords. They want to communicate after an ending. They feel like they made a poor investment decision. Maybe it was to not invest anymore, but they're more balanced now, so they want to talk about it. I don't know how I feel about that though, because we literally have Leo in the reverse here, so you're going to need to use your discernment when it comes to a Leo. Virgo, Capricorn is dealing with a Virgo. Two of Pentacles. Again, there's some juggling. Two of Swords, or like they don't know even what their options are. One more for if you're dealing with a Virgo. Four of Cups. This person rather stay stuck in decision mode than actually enter into something stable. They feel more comfortable with the back and forth of the Two of Pentacles and the Two of Swords. Like, was like, no news is good news, but they apply that in areas where it like doesn't make sense because they're like putting their hands over their ears and going like la 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 to not get news. So I'm not quite sure what that is. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't think Virgo's coming in enticing for Capricorns at this time. Libra. Five of Wands, Eight of Swords. This person is fighting to come out of I'm coming out of my cage, but I have not been doing fine. You know, like that's giving these vibes. Six of Wands to the Two of Cups, though, that is victory in love, but it's after like a really harsh communication. And then we do have the Lovers. So yeah, and the Eight of Wands and the Ace of Cups. So I don't know. Libra is going to give you a mouthful. I think you need to figure out if it's lip service and love bombing or if it's like finally everything you've been waiting to hear from them. Scorpio. Capricorn's dealing with a Scorpio. We have the Ace of Wands, so they're definitely attracted to you, the Moon, but there's some shit you can't see here, Scorpio. As I say their name with such suspicion in my voice. Two of Wands, Five of Swords, yeah. There's decisions here, and they're acting a little bit foolish. Normally, I don't take the Fool as foolish, but I think there might be something sketchy going on with somebody at work, and they're trying to make a decision of, like... Honestly, the decision isn't even a respectful decision. It's not like, do I stop this and invest in my partner? Because it's that even thinking that is like they're not planning on telling their partner that they were being unfaithful. Or do I leave my partner for this person? And I really feel like it would hardcore blindside that person. But I'm definitely getting something shady going on at work, and I'm laughing because I did get a picture of a kitchen and I wasn't sure if I should share it because I was in a shitty situation years and years ago with a Scorpio, and he was a chef, and I just knew. I was just like, you are fucking bitches in the walk-in. Like, I just know it. You know what I mean? Like, I just knew it. And wouldn't you know? So I don't know. I feel like there's something like that. If you're dealing with a Sagittarius, Three of Wands, Ace of Wands, they're waiting to see when it's a good time to bring their affections or their passion towards you. Eight of Pentacles, they're working on something emotionally with the King of Cups on the bottom. I think you're going to like this conversation. It's definitely going to flatter you with the Queen of Wands on the bottom, but you're still not going to no, you're going to need some time to digest. So if they give you when they do come in, if it is a good pitch, sleep on it before you make any decision. And if they're like, I have to know now, it's like, bitch, you took like a fucking year to even come and tell me how you actually felt. You are gonna give me a day. You know, it feels kind of like that. But they're gonna, we talked about this person's ego. So they're gonna be like, I laid it all out on the line. Aren't you gonna choose me? And it's like, bro, can I have a minute to think? Because up until 10 minutes ago, you weren't even on my radar for a while. So I feel like you need to come at it like that. If you're dealing with a fellow Capricorn, Ace of Wands, again, there's a lot of attraction. You're looking really good right now. And it's because you're entered into this higher vibration. Ace of Wands, the Hermit, they are attracted either to that you're hard to get or that because you don't give your energy easily. I mean, that's kind of like saying the same thing. I guess they know that you're wise with your energy is what I'm trying to say. So they're attracted because they know if they can get you to come out of your shell that they're special or they're wise enough to a certain degree. One more cap on Cap. One more for Cap dealing with the Capricorn. All right, we have the Five of Wands. There could be some competition here. And the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, this person could be giving to other people or thinking you're giving to other people. Because with the Page of Wands, it makes me think that they're observing you to see. I don't know. You'll know if that's for you or not. Aquarius. Capricorn's dealing with an Aquarius. Again, looking to see when to make their move. Yeah, they're collecting information. They want a fresh beginning, I feel like. Maybe they moved away from you at one point, or moved away from another person. That's way too fucking many. We do have the 2 of Cups on the bottom, though. Let's see, I'm feeling generous. We only have one more sign here. 7 of Pentacles, the Emperor. They are very focused on work and their stability at this time. But noticing that this Emperor is balding here, I hadn't really like focused on that at any point. But I feel like they're feeling like they don't have much time left to act in some kind of way. Like they're trying to like gas themselves up to come forward victoriously with the 6 of Wands. But it's a burden for them because it's like, when they gas themselves up, then they feel like they're going to come in too hot and too arrogant. And then like when they're beating themselves up and like humbling themselves a little bit, then they feel like they're going to come in too like tail between their legs, and Capricorn's not going to like it. So I think they're trying to figure out a way to approach this Capricorn so that they don't just like, excuse me, I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick, and then just like straight up dip. You know what I mean? But we do have the 2 of Cups on the bottom, and the Moon and the Star. I don't know. You might want to hear an Aquarius out. But again, like we said with Libra, and it's just like general rule of thumb with the air signs, just be wary of lip service and focus more on the actions. And last, actually, I need to shuffle because felt like a lot. And last but not least, Pisces. Capricorns, if you're dealing with a Pisces. Yeah, like these cards are just like tired, I think. Emperor on the bottom. 3 of Swords, 9 of Pentacles. So healing after heartbreak. They are still in a state of withdrawal, though, with the World to the 8 of Cups. I feel like they're trying very hard to boss up and be sufficient on their own and trust that the universe has everything under control for them. But they process their feelings alone. So I feel like they don't know if they should come forward because they don't know when these rain clouds are going to pop back up. Let me get one more for Pisces. Two Cups. They do want to balance something with you, though. Maybe they walked away at a point, and now they want to make a solid offer. Again, though, I don't like it. I know the cards aren't awful, but the vibe I'm getting from them is like, if a person comes in from the pouring rain and gives you a big hug, like you're gonna be wet too, even though you didn't go out in the rain. And I feel like whatever it is, whatever emotional baggage it is that they have, that's what's gonna end up happening to you, but they're somehow gonna make you think that it's romantic. You know what I'm saying? Like running in from the rain and giving you this big romantic kiss. And it's like, but wait a minute, like, why were you out in the rain? You know what I mean? Something like that. And the rain might be a period of emotional distance. So I'd be like, you know, what did that rain do to you to make you want to come back? Because I'm not trying to get that energy put back on me. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Capricorn, this has been your reading for you and your person on your mind. I hope you got something out of it. If you did, please hit that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. If you're interested in a personal reading, the email to reach me at is in the description box below. And I hope to get to see you next time. Bye.